Hi guys, it's Julian with LSAT Explainer. Today I'm looking at test 121, question 21. It says, sociologists, traditional norms in our society prevent sincerity by requiring one to ignore unpleasant realities and tell small lies. But a community whose members do not trust one another cannot succeed. So if a community is to succeed, its members must be willing to face unpleasant realities and speak about them honestly. The sociologist's conclusion follows logically if which one of the following is assumed. Okay, it's a good one. So this is a little bit dense, but the way I like to think about these is what is the missing piece of the puzzle? Like, if you think about it kind of like a formula or something, what is the thing that connects the abstract ideas that we're likely to agree with to make it like legally binding? So this says traditional norms in our society prevent sincerity by requiring one to ignore unpleasant realities and tell small lies. A community whose members do not trust one another cannot succeed. So if a community is to succeed, its members must be willing to face unpleasant realities and speak about them honestly. So this part here it says that this is true about societies and sincerity, and this is true about trust in a community. And then this connects trust to if a community is to succeed, members must be willing to face unpleasant realities. No, this doesn't connect trust. This says if a community is to succeed, its members must be willing to face unpleasant realities. So I think we need to find a piece here that is going to connect trust and success. Let's take a look at the answers. So sincerity is required if the community members are to trust each other. Sincerity is required if community members are to trust each other. I think that's exactly what we predicted, but I'm still going to take a look at B, C, D, and E. So the more sincere and open community members are, the more likely the community is to succeed. Okay, so this is really similar, but it's not really saying that this is like correlation or like some sort of equation between trust and success. It's saying that if there is sincerity, then there is trust, or rather the other way around, trust and sincerity are like locked. So I don't think this is right, but it's close. A community sometimes can succeed even if its members subscribe to traditional norms. That is just, how is that necessary for the argument at all? I don't think this is true. Unless the community members are willing to face unpleasant realities, they cannot be sincere. That's not, well, okay, so that's sort of interesting. That's saying this part about sincerity, maybe you could live in a community by requiring one to ignore unpleasant realities and tell small lies. So I think it's given in the argument that this is something about sincerity, is that you have to tell small lies. But also I could imagine maybe, whatever, some community where everything's perfect and good, like a fictional community where you don't have to face unpleasant realities. So that is not required by the argument, I think. And then a community's failure is often caused by its members' unwillingness to face unpleasant realities and discuss them also. Terrible. They don't talk about how often communities fail. I actually think it's A. So I think we got lucky here thinking that A was the first one, but let's take a look. Hey, we were right on the money.